Halnya harga jasa dan pelayanan publik. Masyarakat yang semakin miskin atau terbatasnya fasilitas pendidikan dan kesehatan, perkembangan ekonomi mandek, dan berbagai rencana pembangunan terhambat akibat korupsi. Jelas, korupsi menyengsarakan kita semua. Penggelapan dalam jabatan, melanggar kepercayaan yang diberikan oleh rakyat, penyuapan dan pemerasan, mengorbankan keadilan demi keuntungan pribadi. Akibatnya, kerugian bagi kita semua. Jika menemukan dugaan tindak pidana korupsi, jangan berdiam diri dan segera laporkan ke KPK. Bersama KPK, bergandengan tangan, memberantas korupsi, mulai dari diri sendiri, untuk masa depan yang bebas dari korupsi. Halnya harga jasa dan pelayanan publik. Masyarakat yang semakin miskin atau terbatasnya fasilitas pendidikan dan kesehatan, perkembangan ekonomi mandek, dan berbagai rencana pembangunan terhambat akibat korupsi. Jelas, korupsi menyengsarakan kita semua. Penggelapan dalam jabatan, melanggar kepercayaan yang diberikan oleh rakyat, penyuapan dan pemerasan, mengorbankan keadilan demi keuntungan pribadi. Akibatnya, kerugian bagi kita semua. Jika menemukan dugaan tindak pidana korupsi, jangan berdiam diri dan segera laporkan ke KPK. Bersama KPK, bergandengan tangan, memberantas korupsi, mulai dari diri sendiri, untuk masa depan yang bebas dari korupsi. Mahalnya harga jasa dan pelayanan publik, masyarakat yang semakin miskin atau terbatasnya fasilitas pendidikan dan kesehatan, perkembangan ekonomi mandek dan berbagai rencana pembangunan terhambat akibat korupsi. Jelas, korupsi menyengsarakan kita semua. Penggelapan dalam jabatan, melanggar kepercayaan yang diberikan oleh rakyat, penyuapan dan pemerasan, mengorbankan keadilan demi keuntungan pribadi. Akibatnya, kerugian bagi kita semua. Jika menemukan dugaan tindak pidana korupsi, jangan berdiam diri dan segera laporkan ke KPK. Bersama KPK, bergandengan tangan, memberantas korupsi, mulai dari diri sendiri, untuk masa depan yang bebas dari korupsi. Mahalnya harga jasa dan pelayanan publik, masyarakat yang semakin miskin atau terbatasnya fasilitas pendidikan dan kesehatan, perkembangan ekonomi mandek dan berbagai rencana pembangunan terhambat akibat korupsi. Jelas, korupsi menyengsarakan kita semua. Penggelapan dalam jabatan, melanggar kepercayaan yang diberikan oleh rakyat, penyuapan dan pemerasan, mengorbankan keadilan demi keuntungan pribadi. Akibatnya, kerugian bagi kita semua. Jika menemukan dugaan tindak pidana korupsi, jangan berdiam diri dan segera laporkan ke KPK. Bersama KPK, bergandengan tangan, memberantas korupsi, mulai dari diri sendiri, untuk masa depan yang bebas dari korupsi.
Gratifikasi pada sektor pendidikan. Salah satu fokus penting Indonesia adalah memajukan sektor pendidikan untuk mendorong
Welcome to the Polytechnic of Health of the Ministry of Health Denpasar, located at Sanitasi Street Number 1, Sidakarya, Denpasar City, Bali. We are committed to creating a safe environment for learning and working for everyone, As part of the occupational health and safety procedure at Poltekkes Denpasar, you will watch a short video regarding safety guideline. At every event at Poltekkes Denpasar, we are obligated to inform you about occupational health and safety guidelines in the environment of Poltekkes Denpasar, which are as follows. Before entering the auditorium building of Poltekkes Denpasar, make sure you have filled out the guest register provided. Bringing alcohol and illegal drugs into this area is prohibited. Keep the environment clean and dispose of trash properly. Furthermore, smoking is not allowed within the Poltekkes Denpasar area, except in designated smoking area. Ensure your cigarette butts are fully extinguished before disposing of them in the trash. You are now in the auditorium of Poltekkes Denpasar. This building has 2 exits and 2 evacuation routes on the right and left side of the stage. There are 2 restrooms near the main building for your convenience. A main restroom on the right side of the building and a women's restroom on the left side. There are 2 potential emergency situations that could occur here: earthquake and fire. If either occurs, please remain calm and do not panic. Then proceed to evacuate immediately. If an earthquake occurs, immediately take cover under a table, chair, or any sturdy object nearby. Protect your head and avoid glass or objects that could fall, such as cabinet and glass wall. When the shaking subsides, the situation is safe. Then look for evacuation instruction. Reach the assembly point. When you hear a fire warning siren, immediately stop your activities. Stay calm and exit to the nearest door or route following the evacuation instruction to reach the assembly point. The Poltekkes Denpasar Auditorium is also equipped with fire extinguisher that can be used in emergency situation. If the room is filled with smoke, lower your body position, crawl or bend down, cover your nose and mouth with a wet cloth. In an emergency, leave belongings behind and remove high heels to facilitate evacuation. Follow staff instruction, heading to assembly point located on the right front side of the auditorium building. We will probably report the incident and inform if there are still people trapped. Staff verify the number of people against the guest list. These are the safety and health products for Poltekkes Denpasar. Let's work hand in hand to ensure a safe and healthy environment at Poltekkes 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐴 Denpasar.
Before the event begins, we will sign the MOU. We invite Mr. Dr. 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫, SCAP Nurse 𝐏𝐸𝐾𝐬, Ms. Nurse 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫, 𝐏𝐸𝐾𝐬, SPKAN, and Professor Dr. 𝐒𝐴 𝐳𝐚, SCAP 𝐸𝐾𝐬 to please come to the stage. we will move to the documentation session. I will lead the documentation session by counting from 1, 2, and 3. Once again, 3, 2, and 1. Without dismissing our respect, we invite you to return to your seats. Attention please, the event will begin shortly. Before we start today's event, please allow me to share a few important reminders for everyone. We really hope for everyone's cooperation to make this event can run smoothly and in orderly manner. We kindly ask everyone to set your mobile phones to silent mode to avoid disrupting the proceeding. Please keep your microphone mute while the speaker is presenting. You might unmute them if you wish to ask a question or offer a comment. That concludes our announcement. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom Namo Buddhaya. Greeting of virtue and my peace be upon us all. Konnichiwa. Good morning and welcome to all attendees at the Expert Seminar 2026, event organized by Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. This seminar raised the theme, Caring Across Borders, Japan Health and Long-Term Care System, Workforce Pathways, and Opportunities for Indonesian Health Professionals. The Honorable Director of Dementia and Aging Care Research Center, Professor Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐬𝐧𝐚𝐫 MKes, Director of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar, who is unable to attend and represented by Ms. Nurse 𝐏𝐸𝐬𝐧𝐚𝐫 MKEP SPKAN, Takauka Minami PHNR and PhD, who will delivering a scientific presentation on service practices and the development of elderly care. Wuru Mustika Weni, SCAP Nurse MN PhD, who will sharing a scientific presentation on the migration of Indonesian nurses in elderly care services in Japan. Vice Director 1, 2, and 3 of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar and their respective team. Internal Supervisory Unit, Head of Center, Head of Subdivision, Head of Department, Head of Study Program, as well all lecturers and education staff within the Ministry of Health Denpasar. 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫 as a moderator who will guide the presentation of the material. All the committee who have prepared today's extraordinary event and all the participants of the expert seminar of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar who I am proud of. First of all, let us offer our praise and gratitude to God Almighty, for by His grace, we are able to gather here for the 2026 Expert Seminar organized by Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. We would like to express my sincere thanks to all the attendees who have taken the time to join this Expert Seminar event today. Before we begin, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Brasilia, as the Master of Ceremony who will be guide to this event. Ladies and gentlemen, the agenda for today's expert seminar is as follows. First, opening. Second, traditional Balinese opening dance, Tari Selat Segara. Third, prayer. Continue by singing of the national anthem Indonesia Raya. Remixed by the Director of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar, who is unable to attend, and represented by Ms. Nurse 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐴 Sulisna Dewi, 𝐴MKEP, SP KEP AN. Remixed by the Director of Dementia and Aging Care Research Center. Reading of the CP of speakers, 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐺𝐚, PhNRM, PhD. Presentation by 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚, PhNRM, PhD on service practices and the development of elderly care. Reading of the CV of speakers, 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚, �սկ𝐻 Nurse, MN, PhD. Presentation by 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚, �սկ𝐻 Nurse, MN, PhD on the migration of Indonesian nurses in elderly care services in Japan. Discussion session. Presentation of certificates to speakers. Presentation of certificate to moderator. Presentation of souvenir. Documentation session. Link evaluation, and the last is closing. Ladies and gentlemen, as a symbol of respect and warm welcome to all distinguished guests who attend the 2026 Expert Seminar of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar, let's start the event by watching the Balinese welcome dance performance called Tari Selat Segara. This welcome dance is symbolic of hospitality, respect, as well as prayer and hopes, so that the activities we carry out today can run smoothly and bring benefits to all of us. Without further ado, please welcome the Balinese welcome dance, Tari Selat Segara. Enjoy the performance. Ladies and gentlemen, we have concluded the opening ceremony. We will now proceed to the prayer session. May I kindly ask everyone to please stand. Please allow me to lead the prayer. Let us bow our head and pray according to our respective and religions and beliefs. The prayer is begin. The prayer can be concluded. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain to standing. The event continued by singing the national anthem Indonesia Raya. To the Committee on Duty, the time is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, you may now be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the event will continue with remarks from the Vice Director 1 of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. To the Honorable Ms. Nurse 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐫 𝐏𝐸𝐾𝐬 SP-𝐾𝐴N to please come forward.
Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, namo buddhaya, salam kebajikan dan salam sehat untuk kita semua. Good morning for all of participants in this seminar. Our distinguished speaker from Universitas Airlangga, Dr. Roro Weweni, thank you, and from Siba University ya, Bro. 𝐶IBA University, Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐴. Thank you for attend here. The leader and academic community of Universitas Airlangga, Prof. Yusuf, thank you so much. The head of Department of Nursing, Bapak Wayan, thank you. Lecturer, student, researcher, and all participants attending this seminar both online and offline. First of all, let us express our gratitude for the God for His blessing and grace, so that today we are able to get together in good health to participate in an international seminar entitled Dementia and Aging Global Perspective, Research and Nursing Practice. On behalf of Poltekkes Kemenkes Denpasar, I would like express my highest appreciation to the Department of Nursing Poltekkes Kemenkes Denpasar for initiating the international seminar. I also extend my sincere gratitude to Universitas Airlangga, Prof. Yusuf and team, and the 𝐶IBA University of Tokyo, who established this meaningful collaboration in advancing education, research, and nursing practice. Ladies and gentlemen, increasing life expectancy is one of indicators of success in health development. However, in the other hand, it is also accompanied by a growing elderly population, facing various degeneration diseases and including dementia. This issue is not only a challenge for the healthcare sector, but also involves social, economic, and quality of life aspect of our society. Therefore, synergy and collaboration across country, profession, and academic discipline are essential in developing comprehensive, innovative, and evidence-based healthcare services for older adults. This international seminar serves as a strategic forum to exchange knowledge, research finding, experience, and best practice from various countries. I hope that all participants will take this opportunity to broaden their perspective, strengthen international academic network, and develop future collaboration in research and community service. Ladies and gentlemen, today also mark an important milestone with the signing of the cooperation agreement between Poltekkes Kemenkes Denpasar and Airlangga University. We sincerely hope that this partnership will not stop at the signing ceremony, but also translate into concrete collaboration program, including curriculum development, collaborative research, international scientific publication, faculty and student exchange, human research capacity building, and innovation in health services. As a higher education institution under the Ministry of Health Republic of Indonesia, Poltekkes Kemenkes Denpasar remain committed to continuously improving the quality of education, research, and community service through strategic partnership at both national and international levels. We believe that collaboration is the key to developing excellent, adaptive, and globally competitive healthcare professionals who are capable of responding to this global healthcare. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizing committee, speaker, and collaborating partner, sponsor, and all participants for making this event possible. The seminar provide valuable benefits, generate innovation idea, strengthen international academic networking, and become the beginning of more productive and sustainable collaboration in the future. By seeking bless for the God, I hereby officially declare the International Seminar Dementia and Aging Global Perspective, Research and Nursing Practice officially open. Thank you very much. I close by Om Santi 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 Om. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Thank you to Ms. Nilo Kompiang Sulisnadewi MKEP SPKEP AN for the remarks that has been delivered. The event will continue with remarks from the Director of Dementia and Aging Care Research Center of the Faculty of Nursing of Erlangga University. To the Honorable Mr. Professor Dr. 𝐏𝐤𝐧𝐚𝐫 SKEP MKes, please come forward.
Om Swastiastu. Selamat pagi dan salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. I'm sorry, may I speak with bahasa. Yang sangat saya hormati dan saya banggakan segenap pimpinan Direktorat Politeknik Kesehatan Denpasar, Bali, Pak Kepala Jurusan, teman-teman mahasiswa, yang hadir semua baik dari Prodi D3 maupun D4 dan Profesinus. Luar biasa pada pagi hari ini kita melihat semuanya lengkap dengan penuh kursinya. Mumpung kita bersama-sama dengan dua tamu kita dari Jepang, yang bersama-sama dengan kita ini adalah siapa namanya? Dr. Manami Takaoka dari Chiba University dan Profesor 𝐒𝐤𝐴𝐧𝐚𝐫. Thank you with your coming in here and we will share any subject for all of the us. Dan kemudian kami juga sampaikan terima kasih kepada Bu Woro yang juga akan menyertai kita bersama-sama pada seminar internasional pada pagi hari ini. Teman-teman semua yang hadir bersama-sama dengan kita ini adalah grupnya Research Center Pusat Unggulan Iptek Perguruan Tingginya Universitas Erlangga, lebih khusus untuk Dementia and Aging Care. Jadi kita ini mempunyai Research Center yang sekarang menjadi pusat unggulan Ipteknya Universitas Erlangga dari Fakultas Keperawatan. Nah, timnya kita ini bukan hanya dari Fakultas Keperawatan saja, tetapi juga dari fakultas-fakultas yang lain, termasuk Prof. Santi Martini dari Fakultas Kesehatan Masyarakat, dekan pada waktu itu, zamannya saya sama Prof. Santi. Kemudian bersama-sama dengan kita juga ada, tapi nggak gabung bersama-sama, kita dari Fakultas Ekonomi Bisnis Prof. Didin sebenarnya, dan semua yang ada di sana itu adalah teman-teman dari Fakultas Keperawatan, eksekutor untuk semua program. Nah teman-teman, kami sangat berterima kasih kepada Kepala Jurusan, Ketua Jurusan Poltekkes Kemenkes, Jurusan Keperawatan Poltekkes Kemenkes dari Pak Wayan, yang membuat kita hari ini bisa bergabung bersama-sama. Ada banyak hal yang kita pelajari karena kita itu research center, ya kita ini belajar sama kita membagi ilmu hasil-hasil riset kita. Tadi pagi kami sudah diajak bersama-sama berkolaborasi dengan teman-teman di jurusan keperawatan. Kita senam bareng sama lansia, bareng-bareng dengan kegiatan posyandu. Kita juga ada senamnya mulut. Nah, senamnya mulut itu kalau orang biasa disebut yang ngomel-ngomel itulah. Itu senam mulut. Tapi untuk lansia itu penting untuk mencegah demensia. Nah, hari ini kita sharing session. Kemudian nanti dan besok kita akan pengenalan budaya, terutama di pantinya Pak Wayan, besok tidak tahu di mana tempatnya. Kita akan melanjutkan pembelajaran di Panti Werda untuk bagaimana kita menangani lansia. Insya Allah kita Senin pagi akan langsung cabut terus ke Madiun sama dengan kegiatan community development seperti ini di Madiun. Nah mudah-mudahan apa yang kita lakukan ini membawa manfaat sih, tetapi mungkin akan merepotkan teman-teman dari Poltekkes Kemenkes Denpasar. Oleh karena itu, atas kurang berkenannya teman-teman terhadap kehadiran kami mohon dimaafkan. Tetapi atas kesediaan teman-teman semua, kami sampaikan banyak terima kasih yang setinggi-tingginya, wabil khusus kepada teman-teman pimpinan di Direktorat Poltekkes Kemenkes Denpasar. Demikian yang dapat saya sampaikan, kurang lebihnya mohon dimaafkan. Selamat pagi dan selamat sejahtera untuk kita semua. Terima kasih.
Thank you to Mr. Professor Dr. 𝐏𝐤𝐳𝐚𝐫 for the remarks that have been delivered. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the reading of the speaker's curriculum vitae, who will be led by the moderator. Minasama nayaniai kansa 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐬𝐚𝐫 sensei, Takauka Minami PhD RN PhD, and Ms. Woro Mustikawani 𝐏𝐸𝐻 MN PhD as an outstanding guest speakers who will share knowledge and experience during the expert seminar of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. May I invite the moderator to kindly guide the presentation session. He is 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our moderator, 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫.
A big thank you to the Master of Ceremony for the warm introduction. Om Swastiastu, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Shalom Namo Buddhaya, greetings all for two, and good morning everyone! Before we begin, I want to check the energy in this room and our virtual Zoom meeting. For everyone here in auditorium, how are you today? And our wonderful participant joining us in via Zoom meeting. How are you today, guys? Please reaction love in the chat box if you can hear my voice clearly and are ready to absorb today's amazing insight. It is truly wonderful to see such a vibrant energy today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most anticipated session of the 2026 Expert Lecture, primarily organized by Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. Let me introduce myself. My name is 𝐏𝐸𝐻 and people know me as Wahyu. I am very honored and humbled to serve as your moderator for today's extraordinary session. Today we are going to deep into a very crucial and relevant topic in the modern healthcare. The topic is caring across borders, Japan's health and long-term care system, workforce pathway, and opportunity for Indonesian health professionals. As the future nurse, research, and healthcare leaders, the responsibility falls on our shoulders. The role of nurse is no longer just about basic physical care. It is about empathy, clinical strategy, and international collaboration. To help unpack this vital topic and expand our horizon, we are joined by two spectacular global experts who will share their first-hand research and experience. To kick off our first session, it's my absolute pleasure to invite both of our honorable speakers to join me up here on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 Public Health Nurse, Registered Nurse PhD, and 𝐒𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐫 Bachelor of Nursing, Registered Nurse, Master of Nursing PhD. Please, doctor, kindly take your seats on the stage. Ohayo gozaimasu, 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫, and good morning, Ms. 𝐒𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐫. It's an absolute honor to have you physically here with us in Bali. How are you today? Good, thank you. Great, okay. Everyone, both our speakers today are absolutely amazing. As you can see, they are very excited to share some highly valuable knowledge with us today. How about you, 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫? Are you ready to be a first presentation? Okay. Perfect. The lecture session will be opened first by 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫, and then we will continue with the presentation from Ms. 𝐒𝐚. Ladies and gentlemen, before 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 share her brilliant insights, let me read a brief overview of her incredible academic and a professional journey. Okay, she is a 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 PhD, PhD. And next, she has several degrees, and the last is the PhD degree for March 2022 at the University of Tokyo. And next, she have the occupational history for the 2023 until now. She is a project assistant professor, gerontological home care and long-term care nursing at the University of Tokyo. And next, she have a current teaching responsibility. She have a master program. It's a palliative care nursing 1 and 2 lecture. Have a 2 unit each. So next slide. She have a major professional activities. There is the Japan Socio-Gerontological Society has the member, and Japan Society for Healthcare Administration has a member. And next, she has a major publication. As you can see, guys, in the slide, this is an amazing major publication. Next, please. All right. Next, please. 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫, before the presentation start, allow me to explain the rule from this presentation. 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 will have 20 minutes for presentation, and we will hold joint Q&A session after your presentation has delivered. So, are you excited? Okay. Without further ado, to all audience here and at Zoom, please give a round of applause to Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much. Actually, I didn't know that so many people are coming here. So It's so surprise. Maybe I will presentation in front of the 10 to 20 people, I guess. Wow, so many people are coming. Thank you so much. So, before presentation, I want to ask you one thing. Have you ever been to Japan? If you come to Japan, please raise your hand. Have you? Oh, a little bit people come to Japan. Thank you so much. So, thank you for your reaction. So, I want to talk about this one, the healthcare system in Japan. So maybe you don't know that deeply about Japan, but I want to know about the Japanese healthcare system. So can I continue my presentation? Okay. Next, please. So in Japan, we have a system called Universal Health Insurance System. The means that every single person living in Japan must join a public health insurance plan. There are three main types of insurance. Employee health insurance for company workers. Second, national health insurance for employed or unemployed people. And the third, a special medical insurance system for elderly citizens aged 75 and older. Do you have any questions? Is it okay? Because of this universal coverage, medical care is very affordable. When patients visit a hospital or clinic, they usually pay only 30% of the medical costs, and the insurance covers the remaining 70%. For elderly patients, the out-of-pocket cost is even lower, often just 10%. Additionally, to keep healthcare fair and stable, all medical prices and treatment fees are strictly regulated by the Japanese government. Maybe almost the same system as the Indonesian one, I guess. But maybe the payment, the fee is quite different, right? So here, next slide, please. You can see how a person's insurance coverage changes as they grow older. During childhood and school years, like yours, more lower ages, individuals are covered as dependents under their parents' health insurance. When they enter the workforce, they enroll in employer sponsored health insurance. Later, when people retire, they transition to the national health insurance system. Finally, when a citizen reached age 75, they automatically transfer to the specialized medical insurance system for the elderly. Next slide. The slide focuses on the eligibility rules for Japan's long-term care insurance. I have to change the talk about the medical insurance to the long-term care insurance. Is it okay? There are two categories of eligible people. The first category includes all Japanese residents aged 65 and older. If they develop a physical or mental condition that requires nursing care or daily living support, they can apply to receive long-term care insurance for any reason. The second category covers younger residents aged between 40 and 64. However, for this age group, they can only receive long-term care services if their condition is caused by officially recognized age-related illness, as shown at the bottom of the I write it here, that's small, so you cannot see, it's okay. Example of these serious conditions include terminal cancer or something like that. Providing nursing care for a rapidly growing elderly population costs a significant amount of money. In Japan, this financial responsibility is shared by social as a whole. This is a big issue of Japan. About half of the system's budget comes from the mandatory insurance premiums paid every month by all citizens. The remaining 50% is funded by general government tax revenue, which includes contributions from the national government, prefectures, and local municipalities. By combining individual premiums with public taxes, Japan ensures that the long-term care system remains stable, fair, and financially. This slide outlines the 4 basic steps an elderly person follows to start using long-term care insurance services. Step 1, apply. The individual or family member submits a formal application to their local city or town municipality office. Step 2, care needs level check. Once the application is received, the person undergoes an official assessment to evaluate their physical and mental health. This is called the care needs level check. Step 3, care plan made. Based on the certificate care level, a care manager, a personalized care plan tailored to the individual's specific daily needs. Step 4, finally, following the schedule in the care plan, the individual begins receiving home or facility care services. So next, okay. I explain how local government staff assess as individuals' needs of care. Okay, this one, good. The trained officers visit a person's home or hospital to check the physical mobility, mental clarity, and ability to perform daily chores. Based on this through assessment, the individual is classified into 1 to 7 official categories. Can you see this 7? This one. The first 2 tiers are, the first 2 tiers are support level 1 and support level 2. People in these levels are mostly independent but need some partial assistance or preventive support for daily living. The next 5 tiers are nursing care level 1 through care level 5. These levels indicate that the person requires direct, comprehensive nursing care. For example, the level 5 is the highest level, representing someone who is completely bedridden or requires continuous 24 hours assistance. This classification is extremely important because persons assigned care level determines exactly what kinds of services and what maximum budget of care they are eligible to receive. Next, please. So I want to introduce about this system's key person of the care manager. And she or he will navigating medical and nursing services can be difficult for elderly citizens and their families. Once a care level is certified, the individual is assigned a licensed care manager. These experts sit down with the elderly person and their family members to listen their wishes, health concerns, and living considerations. Based on this consultation, the care manager creates a personalized care plan that selects the best mix of services within allowed monthly budget. But their job does not stop there. Care managers also contact care care agencies, arrange schedules, monitor the patient's progresses, and facilitate smooth communication between the doctor, family members, and caregivers. Next, please. We see the broad structure of services provided under long-term care insurance. Once a person is assessed and certified under support level or nursing care level, they gain access to 3 primary categories of care. The first category is in-home services, where professional caregivers and nurses visit the individual private residence. The second category is in-facility services, in which the elderly individual attends, the goal, to the specialized care, individual attends the daytime care center for social activities. The third category is residential service, where the person move their house to the facility, move into the specialized care home or nursing facility for paramount or long-term care. Please note that if a person is checked and found not applicable, meaning they are fully independent, they cannot use formal long-term care insurance services, so they can join general community activities. Next slide, please. Sorry, I forgot when I started and when should I finish. The time is when should I finish this one? Only 10 minutes? Okay, thank you. So this slide highlights 3 typical in-home services that allow elderly people to continue living safely in their own houses. First, the home visit nursing. This is the registered nurse visits the home to perform routine medical examinations, manage intravenous drips like an injection or wound care, and report the patient's condition directly to their family doctor. The second is visiting care service. A professional home helper visits a client to provide physical assistance, such as helping them eat meals, take medication, and use a bathroom, as well as household support like cooking, laundry, and shopping. The third is the very unique one, maybe only in Japan, I guess. This is home visit bathing service. This service is for elderly individuals who are bedridden or find it dangerous to use a standard home bathroom. The specialized care team bringing a portable bathtub. Portable bathtub is like a huge one. Maybe in Indonesia there is no bathtub, right? So that's why you cannot imagine the bathtub, but we can lay down inside the bath. This is the bathtub. Japanese people really love the bathtub, taking a bath. The Japanese people meaning the taking a bath is the taking bathtub and take time. It's good. Relaxation. This the Japanese taking a bath. So that's why this is very important people to a bedridden person. If they got a bedridden, but they said, I want to take a bath. This is very unique, I guess.
I'm so sorry to bothering you, Takawa-sensei.
Yeah.
You will have 5 minutes right now.
Okay, okay, thank you. So please the next slide, maybe the 14. Yes, thank you. Services for elderly citizens who require continuous care and find it difficult to live independently at home. First are special nursing homes. Maybe some nursing home in Indonesia, right? Oh, okay. Often called in Japanese hokuyo. These permanent care homes provides 24 assistance with eating, bathing, and everyday activities for seniors with severe physical or mental limitations. Second are health service facilities for elderly known as rouken. Japanese say rouken. These are intermediate medical facilities designed for seniors who have been discharged from a hospital. Here, they receive intensive rehabilitation with ultimate goal of returning to their own homes. Third, this is a very unique system also, group homes for elderly with dementia. In these specialized homes, small groups of 5 to 9 individuals with dementia live together in one home. Family-like atmosphere were supported by professional staff. So this, actually I want to continue the other slide, but I want to finish here. So it's so noisy. Do you have any question or something comment? If you want to some questions, after my presentation is better for me. Could you be quiet? Thank you. Okay, this is my presentation is finished. Thank you.
Many thank you to Ms. Takaoka-sensei for very comprehensive, informative, and inspiring presentation. This session really gave a deep insight into the important role of nurse in providing care with empathy and a purpose. Now we have arrived at discussion and Q&A session. We have 10 minutes for this segment. So for participant, I have the role for this segment. The role number 1 is for attendance in the room. Please raise your hand, state your name, and ask your question directly. For our peers joining via Zoom, please use raise hand feature. Also allow you may unmute yourself or drop your question in the chat box. So for this session, we have 2 questions. So any question?
Thank you, Dr. Takaoka. My name is Wayan. I'm also the lecturer of Gerontic Nursing. My concern is about the elderly people in Bali since 20 years ago. Yeah, we have many differences situation between Japan and also Indonesia, but now we know that the condition of elderly people in Indonesia quite high now. 13 until 15%. The population in Indonesia is elderly. Yeah, I know in Japan maybe 25 until 30%. Totally the population is elderly. My question is, according to the situation in Indonesia, the elderly in Indonesia have no special insurance because when they old, they support by their child. Yeah, their insurance is their child because they have no money enough to support their life. Yeah, but I have tried to attention for your presentation about the condition of insurance for elderly in Japan. How about the people or elderly who have stayed in the lower economic situation? They support by the government? Yes, this is the first. And the second, now in Indonesia we have no regulation about the home care. Really, we have no regulation for home care. Yeah, so there are many practices for home care. They do it, the home care by themselves without regulation. Yeah, the head of home care system is nurse, but now we still discuss with our government. There are many different opinions because our government maybe will make a regulation that the chief of home care so doctor. How about in your country? Can nurse be the head of home care system? Yes.
Thank you so much for your question. The first question is asking about the low-income older people's how they pay the money. Is that right? Yes. Actually, the low-income people also have to pay the money by using the pension or their yeah, saving money. But the more lower and lower income people covered all by the tax. But this is privilege. It's too difficult, so almost the people have to pay by using how much they use the services. How you should pay the maximum is 30%. This is the equal system for everyone. The second question is the home visiting services. The focus is the what? That's a good question. Actually, in the long-term care insurance setting, the leader is the care manager. Yes, the care manager is the hub of all services. But the medical judgment of the medical care is the doctor, is the reader. So that's why care manager and nursing and the doctors have to discuss what kind of care is best for the residents. So that's why my answer is that maybe the reader is the care manager. Thank you. More question, he said. Care manager is becoming the nurse, or I forgot the care worker or something like that. There is a rule, but the medical doctor, of course, they can do the care manager, but the income of the care manager is lower than the doctor. So that's why never do that.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
For the participant via Zoom meeting, any question?
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity given to me to ask a question. My name is Paneputu Hanaika Putri, and I'm a nursing student from Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. I would like direct my question to Dr. Takao Minami, PhD, RN, PhD. Takao Sensei, konnichiwa. My question is, Japan has long-term care insurance system that requires people aged 40 years and above to pay contribution. Do you think it is possible to implement such as a system in Indonesia as the elderly population continues to increase? Why or why not? That's all for my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the very insightful question.
Thank you for your question, but I have no idea is it work or not, but maybe. Also, actually, I prepared the slide. Indonesia is also now so many people, the younger peoples are there, but in 2045, the aged population is increasing. So that's why we meaning the Indonesian people have to think about the long-term care insurance system and how to work that. If the government decide try to do the same as the Japanese system, maybe it will work. I'm not sure. I won't. Yeah. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Right, since we are running out of time, I must officially close this Q&A session. I would like to thank to Takaka Sensei for the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, so for this session, I would like to the conclusion for the Takaka Sensei presentation. So the conclusion is Japan aging population has created a growing demand for both healthcare and long-term care service. To address this challenge, Japan has developed a comprehensive long-term care insurance system and opened an opportunity for foreign workers, including many from Indonesia. Understanding this system and the available career pathway help us see the important role of international collaboration in quality care for older adults while creating a valuable opportunity for healthcare professionals. Now, moving on to our second session, we have learned about the global system from Takaoka Sensei, and now it is time to look at the perspective of our own Indonesian heroes abroad, specifically Indonesian nurse migration in elderly care service in Japan. To unpack this incredible topic, sitting right next to me, Ms. Woro Mustika, Bachelor of Nursing, Registered Nurse, and Magister Nurse PhD. Good morning, Ms. Mustika. Okay, hi to the Ms. Woro. Sorry, I'm bothering you. Okay. So, to Ms. Woro, you will have 20 minutes for her presentation, and after that, we are going to the Q&A session after you delivered the materials. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ms. Woro Mustika.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak here in front of all of you guys. Jadi mungkin nanti akan campur-campur ya bahasa Inggris. Nanti kalau misalnya ada hal-hal yang penting, mungkin saya akan bicara dalam bahasa Indonesia. Gitu. Saya juga sebenarnya nggak menyangka gitu ya kalau misalnya partisipannya bisa sebanyak ini. Saya pikir hanya sama seperti Takaoka Sensei hanya 20 atau 30 orang saja. Ternyata begitu banyak yang antusias dengan untuk pergi ke Jepang gitu ya, untuk bekerja di sana. Okay, my name is Woro. So I will share a little bit of my experience and overview. I will provide an overview of nursing and dementia care in Japan. So I hope this session will be helpful for your future. So okay, slide. Okay, next. Okay, first I would like to introduce myself. I received bachelor degree at Faculty of Nursing, Universitas Airlangga, Surabaya, and completed my master and doctoral degree at Graduate School of Medicine, Tohoku University. And after graduating from Universitas Airlangga, I work as Japan care worker under Economic Partnership Agreement, EPA program. And during that time, I passed the Japanese National Certified Care Worker examinations and attained advanced level of Japanese language proficiency. And my research focuses on improving the quality of person-centered dementia care among nurses and care workers. And I also a certified dementia care mapper, basic users accredited by University of Bradford. Okay, next. Next, please. Okay. Today I will discuss these points. First is about rationale for the acceptance of foreign nurses and care workers in Japan, and then age population in Japan and its characteristic, and then program accepting nurses and care workers in Japan, and then building career in Japan as a nurse and care worker, and then working in hospital and long-term care facilities in Japan, and then what is the job responsibilities as a nurse and care worker in Japan, and last is about care characteristic in Japan. Next. So, as you can see in the slide, Japan has become a super age society. So, people aged 65 years older, accounting approximately 29% of its total population. Maybe previously, Pak Wayan mentioned that older people in Indonesia is about 13 or 14% of the total populations of Indonesians, but in Japan it's 29%, so it's quite high. It's different. It's double the populations of older people in Indonesia. And I think there's a difference of the definitions of people. In Japan, we use 65 years older. In Indonesia, we still use 60 years, so this is quite different also. So Japan is the highest proportion of older adults in Asia after Korea and Singapore. Okay, next. So in addition to becoming a super age society, Japan also facing a declining birth rate. So there's a lot of people that doesn't want to have children in Japan. So, but I think lately they start to improve. But like maybe previously, not many people want to have kids. So the number of children population is really very low compared to older people. And then, so yeah, in like shown in the graph, you can see that the older people population is continuing to increase, but the working age population, person who works, is declining. So in 2040, the working age population is expected to decrease about 16%, like this resulting in growing shortage of healthcare workers. Okay, next. As we can see in the slide, this line, like increasing number of older population as well as the demand, the number of nurses and care workers that require in Japan. So the higher the populations of older people in Japan, the higher also the demand for nurses and care workers. But in the previous slide, you can see that there is a shortage of care staff and nurses in Japan. So in like like in 2025, yeah, it's approximately 250,000, but in 2040, there will be double needs of nurses and care workers. Okay, next. So raise your hand if you're interested in working in Japan. Do you interested in working in Japan? Maybe you can raise your hand. Do you have any plan to work in Japan? Mungkin ada yang pengen pergi ke Jepang untuk bekerja di sana sebagai nurse atau care worker. Mungkin bisa angkat tangan. Oke, satu. Cuma satu ini. Cuma satu aja. Yang lainnya pengen kemana ini? Di Indonesia aja? Oh, masih malu. Saran saya sih berangkat aja ya. Kalau nggak salah tadi ada Pak Wayan juga ada kayak program ini ya Pak ya, kerjasama juga ya dengan Jepang untuk bisa pergi ke sana ya. Mungkin bisa digunakanlah, dimanfaatkan sebagai opportunity untuk meraih experience juga dan juga pengetahuan. Karena sangat berharga sekali pengetahuan dan pengalaman saya bekerja di Jepang. Okay, next. So this table compares program that recruit foreign nurses and co-workers in Japan, Taiwan, Germany, and Canada. So as you can see, Japan offers several programs, several pathways for foreign care workers to work in the country. And compare with other countries, Japan provides many opportunities to obtain nationally recognized qualification in nursing care. Jadi kalau misalnya bedanya ya, kalau yang di lainnya itu kan tidak menyediakan kualifikasi gitu ya. Jadi untuk mereka yang pengen punya kualifikasi di negara yang ingin dikerja itu kadang-kadang nggak ada. Tapi kalau di Jepang itu mereka menyediakan examinations buat kalian yang pengen jadi nurse atau certified nurse atau worker di sana gitu. Jadi ini adalah yang unik gitu dari Jepang dibandingkan dengan negara yang lain. So in addition, foreign care workers receive the same wages as their Japanese co-worker, and Japan also provides learning support. So maybe this is a little bit different with others country. They provide learning support, Japanese language training, and preparation for national certification examinations. But it's depending on the program. Maybe I will later explain several programs that Japan have. Okay, next. Next. So this is four big program that Japan has that accept foreign nurses and care worker in Japan. So first is EPA, or Economic Partnership Agreement, and then care worker or 𝐏𝐸𝐤 visa, and then technical intern training program or 𝐏𝐤𝐤𝐞𝐦, and the specified skilled worker or 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐤𝐞𝐦 program. So the EPA program is the only program, the only pathway that offers opportunity to become Japanese registered nurse. Jadi cuma program EPA aja yang menyediakan kesempatan buat teman-teman menjadi registered nurse di Jepang. Karena yang lainnya adalah program-program yang menawarkan kualifikasi certified care worker gitu ya. Jadi kalau ingin bekerja sebagai certified nurse di Jepang itu lewatnya adalah program EPA gitu ya. For care worker visa, applicant must already hold the Japanese certified care worker qualification. Jadi ini biasanya untuk mereka yang sudah punya kualifikasi, kemudian balik ke Indonesia, kemudian bekerja lagi ke Jepang gitu dengan kualifikasi yang sudah didapat. Karena kualifikasi yang sudah didapat itu apply untuk seumur hidup gitu ya. Jadi kalau kalian pengen terus-terusan bekerja di sana, certification itu bisa kalian pakai walaupun kalian pulang ke Indonesia gitu. It also allows long-term employment in Japan, unlike other program, which have fixed period of stay, usually 4 to 5 years. Jadi kalau untuk yang program 𝐏𝐸𝐤 visa atau care worker visa, ini kalian bisa kerja lama banget di Jepang gitu ya. Kalau yang program-program lainnya hanya menawarkan misal 5 years or 4 years. Jadi ada kayak semacam contract period. Tapi kalau di sini seumur hidup kalian. Jadi kalian bisa terus-terus bekerja di Jepang. Okay, next. Okay, the EPA program is the only program that requires applicants to graduate from nursing school in Indonesia. Jadi kalau program EPA ini memang harus lulusan perawat ya, tapi kalau untuk program-program lainnya biasanya lulusan SMA atau lulusan universitas dengan jurusan yang berbeda itu masih bisa. Japan has 5 levels of Japanese language proficiency from N5 beginner to N1. Jadi kalau misalnya ada tulisan-tulisan N1, N2 itu adalah kualifikasi bahasa yang harus kalian punya untuk mendaftar program ini. So among the 4 programs, the 𝐏𝐤𝐤 visa has the highest language requirement, requiring applicants to have GLPT N2. Jadi ini yang biasanya udah advance gitu ya, karena mereka biasanya sudah punya sertifikasi, jadi bahasa Jepangnya mungkin sudah advance gitu ya. For the other program, generally only N4 or N5. And unlike the other programs, the 𝐏𝐤𝐤 visa does not have coordinating organization to support applicants. Karena biasanya ini adalah sudah bagi mereka yang sudah mandiri ya, jadi mereka tidak butuh organisasi yang menaungi mereka gitu. However, it allows greater flexibility because visa holder are not restricted to specific type of LCT facility. Jadi kalau program yang 𝐏𝐤𝐤 visa ini juga itu tidak terbatas gitu ya, bisa bekerja di mana. Jadi ada berbagai macam fasilitas yang bisa kalian coba untuk bekerja di sana. Among the 4 programs, the technical intern training program is the most restrictive because participants generally cannot change employers or working facility. Jadi mereka harus stay di facility di rumah sakit atau di nursing home-nya. Whereas specified skilled workers or 𝐏𝐤𝐤 visa holders have much greater flexibility to change workplace. Next. As I mentioned earlier, the EPA program is the only pathway to work as a nurse in Japan. To apply as an EPA nurse, you must have at least 2 years of nursing experience in Indonesia, while the care worker is not. And then the EPA nurse can take Japanese national nursing examination up to 4 times during their contract. And in contrast, EPA care worker must work 3 years before becoming eligible to take national care worker qualification examinations. Jadi kalau yang untuk EPA program yang nurse itu kalian butuh pengalaman kerja sebanyak 2 tahun. Jadi itu wajib gitu ya. Tapi kalau care worker fresh graduate sudah bisa apply. Terus kalau untuk nurse itu mereka bisa ikut examinations 4 times. Jadi 4 kali mereka bisa apply untuk ujian. Tapi kalau untuk care worker harus kerja dulu 3 tahun baru mengikuti ujian gitu ya. Jadi kesempatannya lebih banyak nurse gitu ya. And based on my experience applying for this program, I only paid for my passport and visa. Jadi program ini adalah program yang paling hemat ya. Jadi paket hemat. Program EPA ini adalah paket hemat. Jadi selama saya mendaftar di situ saya cuma bayar visa dan juga paspor saja gitu. Tapi kalau misalnya jadi Japanese government itu covered airfare, accommodations during 1-year language training, exam preparations, and monthly stipend. Jadi pada saat training kalian juga akan digaji gitu. Pada waktu 2017 kalau nggak salah itu sudah dapat 5 juta gitu per bulan. Itu kita belajar aja. Jadi setahun belajar itu dapat 5 juta, makan gratis, akomodasi gratis. Itu EPA. Tapi memang seleksinya ketat sekali gitu ya. But the downside of EPA is receiving lower salary. Jadi kalau misalnya dibandingkan dengan program-program yang lain, itu per bulannya setelah kita bekerja, itu kita akan mendapatkan lower salary. Jadi gaji yang kita dapat lebih rendah daripada program-program yang lain. Karena memang diambil dari yang training, diambil juga kita pelatihan dan segala macam itu gitu. Jadi dipotong gitu ya intinya. Oke, next. Okay. So next I would like to talk about the benefits of working in Japan. First, you'll have the opportunity to develop specialized skills, by working alongside qualified nurses and care professionals. And then you will gain valuable international experience and learn world-class nursing and long-term care practice, which can help advance your career after returning to your home country. And then finally, you'll have the chance to work with advanced technology used in Japanese healthcare, including care robots and other innovative assistive device. Jadi ini adalah yang paling unik gitu ya dari Jepang, paling spesial dari Jepang karena kita bisa bekerja dengan robot gitu ya, dengan device-device yang sangat advance gitu, yang sangat bagus gitu ya. Kita bisa belajar dari situ. Kemudian next. So these are the main responsibilities of nurses and care workers in Japan. So I would like to emphasize that even if you apply as a care worker nurse, EPA nurse, you will have responsibility the same as care worker before you obtain Japanese training license. Jadi Japanese license, nursing license. Jadi kalau untuk kan kalian akan bekerja gitu ya, bekerja di sana sebagai nurse, tapi kalau misalnya memang belum lulus ujian, itu kalian akan kerjanya sama seperti care worker. Itu ada yang perlu diperhatikan gitu ya. In long-term care facilities, your duties including assisting with transfer, mobility, toileting, bathing, eating, grooming, recreation, and depending on the facility, household tasks such as cleaning, cooking, shopping, just like 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 mentioned before. And this is the characteristic of nursing care in Japan. I think this is quite different from Indonesia, a little bit different. There are some differences between Indonesia and Japanese care characteristic. There are two important principles of nursing care in Japan. First is respect for dignity. Always respect each person's values and individuality, regardless of their health condition. And then the second is support independence, yeah? Provide the assistance they need while encouraging them to do as much as possible on their own. Jadi banyak sekali Japanese itu yang sungkan gitu ya kalau mau minta tolong. Jadi ini adalah budaya yang saya rasakan sekali di Jepang. Jadi mereka itu sangat sungkan untuk minta tolong. Jadi dan mereka lebih suka melakukannya secara mandiri, independen gitu ya. Jadi kalian kalau misalnya membantu lansia di Jepang itu sebisa mungkin memberikan keluasaan gitu ya, melakukan semuanya itu sendiri. Jadi kita hanya supporting aja, nggak boleh melakukan semuanya. Jadi kalau misalnya saya temui ya, kalau di nursing home yang di Indonesia itu kadang-kadang disuapin kayak gitu ya. Kalau di Jepang tuh enggak. Jadi sebisa mungkin kalau misalnya pun dia punya paralyzed atau punya kelemahan, mereka akan memodifikasi alatnya. Jadi sendoknya yang dimodifikasi, biar dia makannya gampang kayak gitu. Jadi bukan kita yang menyuapi, tapi bagaimana kita modifikasi lingkungannya, kita modifikasi alat-alatnya supaya dia bisa makan sendiri dengan mudah. Itu adalah yang saya sangat pelajari di Jepang. Independence. Jadi kalian harus tetap mempertahankan independence mereka. Jadi biar tidak tergantung gitu ya. Karena kalau yang tergantung, kalian juga yang akan susah di kemudian harinya gitu. Kemudian, finally remember the difference between nurses and care workers in Japan. Jadi kalau di Jepang tuh ada nurses, ada care workers gitu. Jadi ini adalah suatu profesi yang berbeda tapi profesional. Jadi karena mereka punya sertifikasi yang berbeda, mereka profesional. Kalau nurses itu provide medical care under doctor's directions, while care worker assist with daily activities. Jadi itu yang perlu ditekankan di Jepang ya. Next, ini adalah other characteristic. First is individualized care. Jadi care that tailored each person's preferences, values, and life histories, abilities, and needs. Yang namanya kita sebut 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫 gitu ya.
Excuse me, Ms. Moro, I'm sorry to bother you, but you will have 5 minutes for the presentation.
Okay, I will skip this one. Tapi ini kayaknya sudah. Bentar. Tapi nggak apa sih? The next one is support for autonomy. Namanya 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐴 gitu ya kalau kita sebut. Respecting older adults' ability to make their own decision. Jadi kalau di Indonesia kan kadang-kadang keputusan itu kita berikan kepada keluarga gitu ya. So we give all the decisions to family usually in Indonesia. But in Japan, they still respect their older people to have their own decision. Jadi kita harus supporting their decision of their own care atau keputusan-keputusan medis yang lain. And then support for remaining ability atau kita sebutnya 𝐏𝐸𝐤 no gitu ya. Focuses on identifying, maintaining, and maximizing the remaining abilities. And then long-term care preventions or 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐵. This is focused on preventing, delaying, and reducing the need for long-term care by maintaining the remaining abilities. Okay, next. So this is there are two main facilities that I will emphasize today. Long-term care facilities. Maybe Takaoka-sensei explained more extensively previously, but I will focus on what support that we give in these long-term care facilities. So the support is daily activities, mainly daily activities, and provide specialized care service at facilities for older people. And then depending on the type of facilities, different service also provided like rehabilitations, like rokeng. Tadi kan sudah disebut ada rokeng, tokuyo, ada berbagai macam. Itu memiliki karakteristik atau spesialisasi yang masing-masing sendiri gitu ya. Next. And this is for home care. Unlike long-term care facilities, we visit clients on their own homes. And we not only providing daily activity support, but also support on household tasks like cleaning, shopping, cooking, and others. And since April 2025, foreign care workers have also been allowed to work in home services only if they meet certain requirement. Jadi ketika 2025 ini mulai dibolehkan gitu ya untuk care worker bekerja sebagai home visit nurse atau care worker gitu ya. Next. So this is a typical daily schedule in Japanese long-term care facilities. Jadi ada bangun, kemudian mengganti baju, breakfast, brushing teeth, toileting, bathing, lunch, kemudian rehabilitation kalau bagi pasien yang ingin rehabilitasi, kemudian ada meeting handover gitu ya. Ini handover untuk yang nurses atau care worker gitu ya. And then care for dinner, brushing teeth, toileting, sleeping, and nap gitu ya. And maybe what I want to emphasize is we work as a team in Japan. Jadi ini sangat ditekankan sekali. Jadi kita bekerja itu bersama dengan banyak ini ya. Jadi ada dokter, ada care manager, ada nurse, care worker, ada therapist. Jadi ada kayak ST, PT, OT. Jadi untuk yang physical, ada yang untuk oral, ada yang untuk occupational dan lain sebagainya. Itu bekerja sama merawat pasien. Next. So this is how to build career in Japan. Jadi if you want to build a career in Japan as a nurse or care worker, the key is improving your Japanese language skill. Jadi ini sangat penting ya. Language skill itu sangat penting di sana gitu ya. And obtaining Japanese professional qualifications. After you obtain Japanese qualifications, you will be able to take a care manager. Tadi kan sudah disebutkan ada care manager juga ya. Nah, care manager itu sebenarnya bisa nurse, bisa care worker, atau bisa dokter. Tapi kalian harus punya kayak semacam pengalaman kerja dulu atau punya kualifikasi tertentu untuk ikut ujian lagi. Jadi ikut ujian lagi baru bisa mendapatkan sertifikasi care manager. Ini teman-teman saya sudah lumayan banyak gitu ya yang tinggal lama di Jepang, kemudian tidak hanya menjadi care worker saja, tidak hanya jadi qualified care worker, tapi juga ambil challenge buat jadi care manager di Jepang. And after you get care manager qualification, you can work as a chief maybe or a leader in nursing home. Jadi banyak sekali teman-teman juga yang di Jepang itu yang tidak hanya bekerja sebagai practice gitu ya, tapi juga sebagai leader juga di Jepang. Oke, mungkin thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Woro, for such a comprehensive and deeply motivating presentation. So now we have arrived at the discussion session or Q&A session. We have 10 minutes for this segment. The rule is same for attendees in the room. Please raise your hand and state your name and ask your question directly. And for our peers joining via Zoom, please use the raise hand feature. Once allowed, you may unmute yourself or drop your question in the chat box. For this session, we'll have 2 questions. So any question, guys? Okay, please.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Arif and I am student from Polytechnic of Health of Denpasar. Thank you for the time given to me on this occasion. I would like to ask to Ms. Woro 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐴 𝐏𝐵 Nurse MN PhD about the presentation, and my question is the many Indonesian health workers are interested in working in Japan because of their career path. In your experience, what is the biggest challenge that keeps a participant from persevering or failing to obtain a license in Japan? That was my question. Thank you for the time you have given me.
Okay, thank you for the very insightful question. I would like to welcome Ms. Woro to answer this question.
Okay, thank you for the question. What keeps people motivated to take qualifications? In my experience and also my friends' experience, first is the salary. The salary is quite high in Japan. It's maybe 5 times or 10 times higher in Indonesia. So they are motivated to work there because of the salary first. That was the first. And then the technology, they experience a professionality, a different level of professionality in Japan. They work together. I think Japanese people is quite open to foreigner, and they give us opportunity to work together. And I think that's what makes people likes to stay in Japan. And in my experience, they really respect our religion or culture. They usually ask us about what is your restrictions, like food restriction. Do you need to go pray? If you have to do pray, you can go to pray. Me and my friends felt that what is closeness, there's friendliness, and that's why we want to stay longer in Japan. And to stay longer in Japan, you need a qualifications, like I said before. If you have a qualification, either like a care worker or nurses, you can work as long as you want, without limitation, as long as you don't cause any law problem or being jailed or something. I think you can continuously working in Japan. I think that's, is that answering your question?
To that participant who asked the question, does that fully answer concern, or is there any follow-up? Okay, so any question?
Yes. Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. My name is 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐬𝐻. You can call me Uni. I am from international nursing class. So I want to ask, it is the point of matter for both speakers, to be honest. So we all know there are few workers that in Japan, but the demand is quite high. So I want to ask, is there any elderly people that doesn't get the help they needed, and how they help that elderly people? That example, I see it in the Google that the elderly need to line for the nursing home and like that, and sometimes they can get to the nursing home. So especially for the level 5, is there any help they get, or are there any neglected elderly like that? I hope that thank you.
Thank you so much for your question. That is a good question. So I said, no. The Woro sensei said to you, there's so many older peoples are there in Japan. So that's why you said the bedridden people want to go to the nursing home, but they have to wait to enter the nursing home. So that's why we need visiting the visiting nursing or visiting care worker or something like that. That I said to you that for home services using and waiting for the enter the nursing home. This is a period of the before enter the nursing home. So that's why the visiting nursing home, visit nursing or the visit home care is very important for them. Is this the answer for you?
And I also want to add some information. I also have experience working in long-term care facilities in Japan. When they have to wait, they will wait at that facilities like for, I don't know, until they get the specific nursing home that they need. So they usually, for example, if the older people like get hospitalized in like long-term care hospitals, they will wait to be transferred in nursing home, and they will stay at that hospital. And I think this is not. I think this is quite a problem. I think in Japan also, because sometimes it doesn't fit with your needs. It doesn't fit with that patient's need, because what you need is like rehabilitation, for example, but you cannot get to that rehabilitation facilities, and you have to wait, and the hospital cannot give you that services. I think that's quite a problem. But I think Japan doing their best to like, as long as I don't know, they try to fulfill the patient's need, even though they're not like in a specific facilities. For example, like maybe you can ask for therapists to come to the hospital to give rehabilitations until you can enter the rehabilitation facility, something like that. But yeah, I think it's a good question.
To the participant who asked the question, does that fully answer concern? Yes. For who participant, any question again? Yes, please.
All right, first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity that has been given to me. My name is Nia Mondaswita, as a nursing student in Poltekkes Kemenkes Denpasar, and I have a question for Ms. Woro Mustikaweni, and my question is, like, as we know, in Japan is a place strong emphasis on person-centered care for dementia patients, and as we know, again, Indonesia and Japan is, of course, have a different culture. So my question is, how we can apply this concept if we have a different culture between Indonesian health workers and Japanese elderly? That's my question. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really a good question, a great question. Actually, that's also my problem also. Like, I think that's like while I'm working in Japan, I am struggling to fulfill the needs of older people, Japanese older people, while I am Indonesian. Like, we have different language, we have different culture, but I think we quite similar. Like, in culture, there are similarities between Indonesian and Japanese, and I think we can apply that. But I think the key is you are willing to learn. You are willing to know your patients. I think that's the key to that question. If you don't want to know your patients, that patient-centered care cannot happen. But if you want, you have the heart, you have the purpose, you have the heart to know your patients. I think that's the door of your person-centered care. You started to talk more to your patients. You start to getting know to your patients, and then you know the habits, you know the personalities, you know their past, their like everything, like psychological state, health, and I think when you get that information, person-centered care is easy to implement. I think that's the key to. But yeah, you have to learn Japanese culture. You have to get as many friends as possible, especially Japanese, to understand their culture. And also maybe from books or from movies, from anime maybe. I think you can learn a lot from that. You can learn a lot culture from that. But yeah, the key is you are willing to learn their language. You're willing to open your heart for them and for your patients. I think that's the key. Thank you.
To the participant who asked the question, that's full answer concert. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you to our both speaker for today because this is a very brilliant experience. So, I want to say the conclusion for the Ms. Wara presentation. So, the conclusion is Japan healthcare and long-term care system play an important role in improving the quality of life of its aging population. The increasing demand for healthcare workers has also created valuable opportunity for international professionals, especially from Indonesia. So by understanding this system and career pathway, we can see how global collaboration have provide high quality care will support the future health care workforce. Since we are running out of the time and mostly officially close this Q&A session, I would like to thank to both our speakers for their brilliant and dedicated explanation. So, ladies and gentlemen, give to both our applause for our about two speakers. What a remarkable day. We have learned so much about the providing global insights from Japan with local practice in Indonesia. Once again, I massive thank you to Takaoka Sensei and Ms. Wara Mustikaweni for sharing their invaluable knowledge with us. Thank you also to all enthusiasts, the participants who made this session highly interactive. As the moderator, I'm Wahyu Diarsa. Sincerely apologize for any shortcoming or technical glitch during this session. I hope today's lecture brings enormous benefit and serve as a powerful motivation for our future nursing careers. See you at the next expert lecture. I will give back the opportunity to a wonderful master of ceremony. For the last, I close with Paramasanti. Om Santi 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 Om. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kokoro kara kansamo seagemasu.
Give a big round of applause to our amazing speakers and moderator in this event. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the presentation of certificates to our speakers and moderator, which will be given by the head of PUI-PT DACRC and Vice Director 1 of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. We invite the head of PUI-PT DACRC and Vice Director 1 of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar to please come up to the stage. Okay, now is the documentation session. Alright, please allow me to guide the documentation session by counting from 1, 2, and 3. Once again, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you for the head of PUI CRC, Vice Director 1 of Polytechnic of Health Ministry of Denpasar, Ms. 𝐏𝐸𝐤𝐚𝐫, PHN RN PhD, Ms. Woro 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫, Escapners MN PhD, and 𝐒𝐞𝐦𝐢𝐧𝐚𝐫. Without dismissing our respect, we invite you to return to your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the event continues with the presentation of souvenir to Airlangga University by Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. We invite all the honorable guests to please come up to the stage. For the all honorable guests, please come to the stage. Okay, for all the participants, please to stand up because now we will do the documentation session. Okay, for all the participants, be ready. I will lead the documentation session. Alright, I will lead the documentation session by counting from 1, 2, and 3. Once again, 3, 2, and 1. Another pose, maybe? Okay, 3, 2, and 1. We invite Okay, now is documentation session. I will lead the documentation session by 1, 2, and 3. Once again, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Okay. For the all honorable guests, please stay in the stage. Okay, the event continue with the presentation of souvenirs to Airlangga University by Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. We invite Ms. Nurse 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐫 as backup to please hand the souvenirs. Okay, now documentation session. I will counting from 1, 2, and 3. Once again, okay. Okay, once again, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, once again, 1, 2, and 3. All right, to the honorable guests, we invite you please return to your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, to supporting improving the quality of our future activities, we kindly ask for your participation to fill out the evaluation form through the link provided by the committee in the chat columns. We give you time to fill out the evaluation link for 5 minutes. Okay, for the all participants, you can scan the link on the screen. That is for the evaluation links.
Mohon izin masuk untuk ini.
Excuse me, untuk seluruh peserta yang mengisi link evaluasi, nanti akan terdapat seperti yang di screen. Nanti di page ini kalian tinggal scroll ke bawah dan di sana ada evaluation linknya. Ya, bisa diisi post testnya. The time to fill the evaluation link has ended. The event now will continue. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the Expert Seminar 2026 of Polytechnic of Health Denpasar. With the theme, Caring Across Borders, Japan's Health and Long-Term Care System, Workforce Pathways, and Opportunities for Indonesian Health Professionals. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to our two speakers, 𝐏𝐶𝐤𝐵 Minami, PhD, and 𝐏𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐤𝐚𝐫 MN PhD. Watashi tashi jei ni nai, kore ichio do subarashi suryo, uketero kukai o ataite kudasata kotoe ni aitai shite. The moderator, 𝐏𝐤𝐤 Widyarsa, who guided the presentation of the material until the end of discussion session. All invited guests who has been willing to attend from the beginning until the end of the event, as well as the committee and all the participants who enthusiastically participate in today's event. I represent the entire committee in charge apologizing if during the activity there are mistakes in word or action that we did not intend. Once again, thank you and see you on the next expert seminar. I'm Brasilia, as Master Ceremony, would like to take my leave. Thank you for your attention and participation. With that, we close with Paramasanti. Om Santi, Santi, Santi Om. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom Namo Buddhaya. Greeting of virtue and my peace be upon us all. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Terima kasih kami ucapkan kepada panitia dan juga mahasiswa. Ini karena keterbatasan anggaran, jadi untuk mahasiswa kami tidak siapkan makan siang ya. Mohon maaf ya. Terima kasih, selamat siang. Sampai jumpa di minggu ketiga ya, bulan Juli. Oke, terima kasih. Silakan melanjutkan aktivitas. Ya, untuk semua mahasiswa, terima kasih kerjasamanya hari ini. You are excellent. Ya. Yeah.